last week in South Park. Remember South Park? It was back. Unfortunately, this time around, we didn't get any more of the giant douche versus Hillary Clinton versus the turd sandwich, which hopefully they're working on that right now, because so many crazy things have happened in the election, which we'll get into later, just in the past week.
I was surprised that they didn't touch on the debate at all.
They did throw in a line from Gerald when he's talking to the troll guy,
right?
That his trolling was locker room talk.
I did,
and I was like, "Oh, I see what you did there, Trey Parker and Matt Stone." And he was trying to justify it. So, what happened in South Park last week is that the men are starting to rebel.
Yeah.
The boys in the school are starting to rebel against the girls. They all broke up with them. Butter's girlfriend broke up with him. And they're starting to fight back. They're starting to push back. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I think that has a lot of parallels to what's going on right now, like the men's rights movement, the MGTOWs and everything that are kind of pushing back against the SJW crowd. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the talk in the news, especially with the election, about women being silenced and groped and all this kind of stuff, the men who you could liken those boys to Trump supporters, or just disenfranchised peoples of the country, violently or standing out and protesting with, their wieners out. That's how they do it in South Park.
Yeah.
Now, Gerald, who at the end of the last episode, we saw that he was kind of flipping out. Protocol Zero has been engaged. He threw out all of his electronics, and he's kind of going through these withdrawals, and he's been getting these notes saying, we know who you are and all this kind of stuff. So he's freaking out, and he thinks that it's, probably the Swedish government or something like that.
Right.
Well, it turns out that he's been contacted by a group of trolls. And what was it? Dildo Schwaggins is the name of the...
Dildo Schwaggins.
Dildo Schwaggins is the name of the troll that contacts him, and they're just like, "You're the best troll," and he's like, "No, it's just locker room talk." And they're like, "Come on, Skank Hunt," and he's like, "Can you just call me Gerald?" And if you kind of think about it, that's someone that goes to extremes online under that guise of anonymity, but yet doesn't want to be held accountable for the things that they say in person.
In real life.
So I think there's definitely some parallels that you could draw from that of things that are happening these days. Because, trolling is an issue. Yeah. Online cyberbullying is an issue. And doxing is an issue. And in the episode, you've got the Swedish government talking about this new computer program that they've got coming out where you just put in the troll's handle and it'll give you all their information, like a map to their house, and shows cops busting in on these trolls. And the reporter, of course, asks him well, what if it's just a non-troll that they put in? And he's being put on the spot, and he's like, no, it will only be used for trolls. So that's got all the other trolls scared. Meanwhile, Cartman, having seen his first real vagina in person, is really turning a new leaf. He is an advocate for women now. He's still wearing the Tokens Life Matters shirt, so he's a Black Lives Matter sympathizer, I guess you would say. He's out of it, and that's what him and his girlfriend both say. He's like, "We're out of it, Kyle."
Yeah,
and I think that Cartman and girlfriend dynamic, especially since Cartman's the only boy in school that has his girlfriend now. How crazy is that?
That's the weirdest freaking thing.
But I think that dynamic kind of represents where a lot of us are in America. A lot of us right now are Cartman and his girlfriend. We're out of it.
Yeah.
That's those people who aren't the extreme SJW types who are going to great lengths to get what they want, but they're also not the extreme opposite that's pushing back against it.
Yeah.
It's like the boys and the girls. You've got, this boy and girl who found their common ground and have been able to get along with each other, and now I guess are a thing, like a romantic item, and they're just like, we're out of it. The social media breeds these bad things, these bad qualities in us, and this is better for us.
You can't be trolled with anything,
right?
If you don't have an online presence,
right? So I think that kind of speaks volumes. And I've watched the episode twice. I'm going to try and do that each one because the last time I wasn't too, I didn't really member that much. But speaking of the member berries.
Member berries coming back.
Member berries coming back and
support groups.
Support groups for member berries. Led by
Randy
Stan's
Marsh.
Dad. Yeah. So they obviously understand that there's an issue. Okay. They're starting to wake up, get woke to the issue that the member berries are kind of controlling their
perception
thought process.
Yeah.
And also, big shocker, Gerald's wife pisses on him in the bed, and Kyle and Ike walk in on it and see it. So how's that going to play out? Are they going to be just traumatized for life from this? And Kyle joins the boys group too, and they called him Uncle Kyle a lot,
little Uncle Tom reference,
right? There. Yeah, and an Uncle Tom, if for those of you who aren't aware, and I swear to God, this is the true definition, is a name that is called to a black person who kind of is a puppet for or mouthpiece for white people. See Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. Yeah. So that's kind of what they're like, Uncle Kyle, you traitor. You're just saying that because you want to get with the girls. And, Kyle hasn't really had a lot of luck with women throughout the history of the show. So, but he ends up finally taking his wiener out, and he's joined the boys in their revolt.
Hashtag wieners out, by the way.
Wieners out. So it's really, I love kind of watching this story play out and being able to kind of be in the moment and in the present and be able to draw all those parallels between what's going on in the show and what's going on in real life.
Exactly.
Whereas before, I know I said it in a couple of other episodes, I would kind of used to just wait till the series was done and then binge watch it, but I think it's even better experience doing it week to week.
Oh yeah,
especially right now with everything crazy that's going on, and we'll talk about that later.